Hey, I'm Alec, and I've been a growth engineer since 2015. Dittofeed and I are partnering on this video series to hopefully demystify and unlock technical growth marketing. We have discovered through our own experience and talking to other people that this stuff is hard to learn and there's not a lot of content online. So we want to put it out there and help people learn about this stuff and help learn strategies to unlock their own business growth. We're going to follow Sam Berman, the owner of Colorful Cutting Boards LLC, as she tries to grow her business. Sam is an engineer, and Colorful Cutting Boards LLC is a side hustle, but she wants to go full-time with it. So she's going to use Dittofeed to do some marketing automation initiatives to hopefully get closer to this goal of going full-time. We're going to follow along, help her build it, and then analyze and see what happened after it was all done. So let's get started. As I said before, to follow along with Sam's journey, we need to learn a few key terms to fully understand the technical marketing initiatives that we're going to run for her. So let's get started with those. Our first term is conversion. The idea of a conversion is that it's a favorable action that a customer took towards your business goals. A conversion could be a purchase. A conversion could be an add to cart. A conversion could be an email newsletter sign up. Conversion could even be going from your homepage to visit one of your product pages. Conversion is either a step towards a final goal or that final goal of your business interactions with your customer. Our next term is called a funnel. So we just learned about a conversion, which is a customer completing a business goal like a purchase. And now let's talk about funnels. So let's say you have a website that you're selling colorful cutting boards like Sam. So a lot of people will visit your website, hopefully, but unfortunately less people will actually add to cart. And then even less people will add their payment. And then even less people will actually click purchase. And so if you think about that, you can visualize this like a funnel, where at the top of the funnel, and this is an industry term, top of funnel, this is right where people interact with your business, maybe your home page, maybe a landing page. And this is the point where you're going to get the most people. And then each step along the way towards your eventual business goal, your eventual conversion, like a purchase, people are going to drop off and it's going to form this V. We learned what a conversion is, which is like a purchase, a customer completing a goal or a step towards that goal. We learned what a funnel is, which is, let's say, from visiting a homepage to completing a purchase, the steps or goals from the initial visit to that final conversion. Now we want to teach you conversion rate, which is an important tool to help you analyze your funnel and make more money. Now let's think about your funnel holistically. At the top of your funnel, people visiting your homepage, you have 100 people visit. And then of those 100 people that visit, 50 people add to cart. Now, in our conversion rate formula, we take how many people did the conversion divided by how many people were at the previous step, or said another way, could have done that conversion. So 100 people visited your homepage. They could have added to cart, but only 50 did. So following with that formula, we got 50 divided by 100. So our conversion rate is 50%. So now we know that in that step of our funnel, 50% of the people are going to go from homepage to add to cart. Now let's say that of those 50 people that added to cart, 25 people actually purchased. So for that step, 25 divided by 50, we also have a 50% conversion rate. But now let's look at our whole funnel. We are looking at step-by-step conversion rates, and let's look at total conversion rate. So at the top of our funnel, we have 100 people coming in. And out at the bottom of our funnel, at our conversion goal, we have 25 people. So 25 divided by 100 is a 25% conversion rate, which I will say in practice is really, really good. A lot of companies will be lucky if they get a 3 to 5% conversion rate. Next really important term is customer acquisition cost, or some people call it CAC in the industry. So the idea is that if you're tracking how much you're spending on advertising and how many customers you're bringing in, you can measure exactly how much each customer costs. So let's go back to Sam. Her good friend owns a billboard company and is offered a deep discounted billboard rate of $1,000 for 3 weeks. Sam jumps at this offer, purchases the billboard, and waits the 3 weeks. Unfortunately, in those 3 weeks, she acquired 5 customers. Now, coming from a customer acquisition cost standpoint, the formula is how much you spent divided by how many customers you got. So she spent 1,000, she got 5 customers. So in this case, her customer acquisition cost was $200. Now, cutting boards aren't the most expensive thing, and maybe she only sells $50 or $60 of cutting boards per order. So in this case, for those 5 customers that she got, she lost $150 of her own money. To be a successful business, for every dollar you spend, you got to make at least another dollar, if not more than that. And so Sam needs to carefully track her customer acquisition costs and make sure that the revenue that people are putting into her business is higher than she's spending to bring those people into her business, or she's fundamentally unprofitable. Next key term, pretty simple, pretty quick, average order value. The idea is that you might never get a customer back, and so the more that you can get them to spend, the more revenue you'll get. So when we just think about it it does cost money to bring in customers. Maybe your customer acquisition cost or CAC is $50. You want your average order value to be at least 50, if not much higher. At 50 of an average order value, you're about cutting even with your CAC. Ideally though, maybe it's 100, maybe it's 150, maybe it's 200. Ideally, you have like a 3-to-1 to 5-to-1 ratio of average order value to CAC for an e-commerce company to have a healthy company, because we're talking about revenue. This isn't even factoring in cost of goods sold. This isn't factoring in insurance. This isn't factoring operation costs, operation expenditures, or payroll. So you need a really healthy ratio of how much you're spending versus revenue coming in, or else you're not going to be able to cover all those other business costs and then also have a profit for yourself so that you can have a salary. Our next really important term is lifetime value, or LTV. This really ties into AOV, but looks at the lifetime of a customer with your business. Now, a lot of e-commerce stores might just get 1 order per customer and they don't have customers coming back. But sometimes you might have a customer coming back once a month, or once every 6 months, or once a year. And the idea is that since you spent some money to get them initially and you're making money over time, you can measure that, and that's lifetime value. Maybe in a year you made $500 off of them and you spent $50. That's a really healthy lifetime value and a really healthy lifetime value to CAC ratio, which means that you should spend more to acquire customers, because for every 50 you're spending, you're getting 500 in return, which is a really great business situation to be in. So one thing when we're talking about optimization and growing is that when you notice these things, when you notice, hey, in this situation, it's really cheap to get these customers and I'm making a lot of money from them, these are the points where you need to double down. Another key term closely related to lifetime value is return on advertising spend, or ROAS. The problem with lifetime value for a new company is that you have no idea how long your customers are going to be with you. Maybe your customers have only ever had a chance to purchase or interact with your business once, and you just don't know what the future looks like and can't even calculate that, which is fair and understandable. So another metric has been created to help companies in this situation that are a little bit younger. Return on advertising spend. So with ROAS, the idea is that you add up in a period, and it's up to you. Maybe you're looking at it week by week, maybe month by month, maybe in a period of 3 months, but you look at all the advertising expenditure that you had. Let's say you spent $1,000 on advertising in a month, and then you look at all the revenue you made. So let's say in that month you made $1,500 in revenue versus $1,000 in advertising spend. Your ROAS in that case is your revenue divided by your spend, which would be 1.5 in this example. So fundamentally, you might not know your LTV, but to have a healthy business and one where you're not just bleeding money, you need to have a positive ROAS. You need to be pulling in more revenue than you're spending on advertising, or that's just money coming out of your pocket. We've learned some really key terms and concepts in order to understand, analyze, and improve technical marketing initiatives. Now we're going to follow along with Sam's business, get our hands dirty, and actually implement 2 different marketing automations using Dittofeed to help her achieve her goals.
Hey, I'm Chandler, one of the co-founders of Dittofeed. Thanks so much for tuning into this series on growth. If you found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel or join our Slack community by clicking on the link below. Feel free to leave any comments with questions, critiques, or growth insights of your own that you'd like to share. Happy growing and see you in future videos.